It's time for the headline segment. You got our music, and we got to go quickly in the headline segment. Seems like we've been quick all night long, but Pito, you are the newspaper guru, the newspaper editor.
Guru.
So what do you think the headlines are going to look like tomorrow?
How do you improve on 83-3?
84-0.
84-0. Somebody yelled at that kicker for missing an extra point last week.
Yeah,
for Knox Fulton. 80. Oh, I did. I was not happy. 84-0. Knox Fulton over Bearden.
Oh wow.
That's 167-3 in 2 weeks.
Marsh Gray for Franklin County, 20 rushes, 257 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's going to be a headline tomorrow.
You know, McGavick and Rossview. I don't know if you paid attention to that. McGavick had a big lead in that ball game. Ended up winning 47-41. Rossview recovered 3 onside kicks in the final 6 minutes of that ball game and almost came back to beat McGavick.
Tullahoma Falls tonight, they tacked on a couple of late touchdowns. They only had 6 yards rushing in the first half. That's got to be a headline somewhere.
Yes. I'm sorry. That's not a lot of yardage.
No.
It got to me. I was like, that's not going to take up a lot of ink in the paper. Jeremy Alston moves to 2-0 as Moore County's head coach. A lot of people wondered with Scott Smith leaving what would happen with Moore County, but 2-0 to start the season.
Campbell County, they were leading 64-0 at the half over some hapless team from Kentucky. They scored 118 points in the first 6 quarters of the season. That's a 19.7 points per quarter average for Campbell County. Giles County, we just talked to Walt Smith, 3 onside kicks in the first quarter. They didn't touch the ball until there was a minute and a half left in the first quarter. They still come back and win, yeah. So that's a look at what we think the headlines will be coming up tomorrow. Want to thank all those coaches that called in and all the media folks that called in. Fred Shambaugh from Middle Tennessee Christian, Thomas McDaniel. He told me I could call him whatever I want to, and I'm still going to call him Thomas McDaniel of Oakland. Steve Carson with Eagleville, Tom Krager with the Daily News Journal, Wade Neely, WKSR in Pulaski, Gary Clark, the funny one, from WDEB in Jamestown. Anytime I talk to folks about the show, they go, I love that guy from Jamestown. I love that guy from Jamestown. Mike Mulder from the Friday Main Event. Michael Hackney from the Middle Tennessee Sports Network. Cody Rose from WDXE. Donnie Honey from PMHsports.com. Rusty Reed, WLIJX Radio. And Walt Smith, the head coach for Giles County. Thank them all for joining us tonight here on the Scoreboard edition of Friday Night Thunder. For those of you that are listening in Coffee County, the Coffee Coaches Show will be live on location at Coffee County Bank, 2070 Hillsborough Boulevard tomorrow. Come out and see us from 10 to 11. We'll have coffee, donuts, juice. Come on out and have a little breakfast, meet the coaches, and meet some great kids that will be with us tomorrow on the Coffee Coaches Show. That is coming up tomorrow. The executive producer for Friday Night Thunder is none other than Rob Clutter. The director is the genius himself, Brian Markham. Our associate engineer, he said, is Keith Kinzer, and he is the all-star this week. He is the most valuable player this week. He saved the post-game recording. We'll have the post-game cut up and posted out on YouTube this weekend. Our telephone and stream producer is Hayden Profit. The scoreboard host is Josh Peterson. Scoreboard producer is Danny Catalano, and I'm Dennis Weaver, thanking you for listening to this edition of Friday Night Thunder. I want to remind you to check out the website for information, features, uploads all week long. Visit FridayNightThunder.com. Until we meet again, have a wonderful weekend and a safe Labor Day, and a very, very pleasant good night, everybody.